What it do? You too slash Patreon slash bit shoot. Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to talk about the way that you feel inside about yourself is the way that your reality will look on the outside slash the way you will be perceived. So the way that you feel and the way that you treat yourself on the inside, right, is the same way that you will be perceived slash the same way that your reality will unfold on the outside, right? Because as within, so without. So whatever goes on internally, the world around you externally will follow that same pattern, that same energy. So basically, right, if you fighting inner demons, which we all have that, you know what I mean? So if if you facing depression, anxiety, PTSD, schizophrenia, you know, just anything like that, any normal human challenge, if you facing this stuff on the inside and you keep it bottled up and you keep it within yourself, or even bad memories, things of that nature, bad experiences, if you keep it bottled in on yourself on the inside, and the way that you talk to yourself, like you say, I'm ugly, I'm not appreciated, I don't like myself, nobody likes me. If you start to say that type of shit, that's the way you'll start to act towards people. And then, and when you act like that towards people, the equal reaction is people's going to treat you that way, because it's all stemming from the way that you're talking to yourself on the inside. So if you treat yourself badly, oh, I think I'm ugly, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not worthy enough, you know, I'm not good enough, I'm this, or if you know that you facing depression and you keeping it bottled up, you feel like you got too much pride to go speak to somebody about it, whether it's a professional therapist or whether it's even just somebody you consider a friend or somebody that's trustworthy to you, and you keep it bottled inside, eventually all that toxicity that's going on internally is going to bottle up and it's going to explode and it's going to come out externally, and you're going to start to act like that. So that self-conversation that you have with yourself, the stuff that you say to yourself, those negative thoughts, is going to start to manifest into your reality on the external, and you're going to start to treat people like that. You know how they say you are what you eat? It's the same thing. You are what you think as well. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's like I'm perfect too, because I have negative thoughts as well. You see what I mean? And it does manifest into my reality where I start to treat people a certain way, and it's just like, damn, like, this person didn't even do anything to deserve this or anything like that, but it's all stemming from the inner conversation I'm having with myself, the inner dialogue I'm having with myself. You see what I mean? So if you talk to yourself in an ugly manner, when you interact with other people, you're going to more than likely talk to those people in an ugly manner as well. You see what I mean? If you talk to yourself in an inner dialogue, if you talk to yourself in a condescending way, when you interact with people, you're more than likely going to talk to that person in a condescending way. You see what I mean? If you talk to yourself in a sarcastic way, when you interact with people, you're more than likely going to talk to them in a sarcastic way. You see what I mean? And there's no need to feel bad or feel ashamed about, because, like, we're humans. So we go through these type of things. But the thing about it is, when you start to feel that you're having these thoughts or these feelings, the best thing to do is try to control it at the source. Is try to stem to find out where these thoughts are coming from. You know what I mean? And most of the time, these thoughts are coming from a past experience where you could have been talked to in a condescending way, and you never let it go. You could have been talked to in a sarcastic way and you never let it go, or it could be something that stemmed from childhood. You experienced a traumatic experience in childhood. You still had a PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. You still have that lingering in the inside of you, and you never really faced it. You always try to use alcohol or drugs to cover it up. You never really faced it. You always cover it up, cover it up, cover it up. And when you keep covering things up, when you keep covering a wound up, it starts to create cancer. It starts to get clogged up. with all this just with all this gunk, because you're not letting the natural air heal it. You're not letting that ether, that prana, that Mother Nature, you're not letting the essence of Mother Nature do its job. You keep covering it up and trying to find a shortcut to get there. You see what I mean? Just like most people, they like to take the fast route, which is the highway. They like, I'm speeding on the highway. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know I gotta be funny with this shit. But most people, they like to speed on the highway to get to their destination quicker. And when you do that and you start to rush it, that's how people get into car accidents. That's how people end up forgetting a wallet, or forgetting a car keys, or forgetting something important at home, forgetting a passport or something. Then you got to go back. You on your way to work now. You got to go back because you're like, damn, I was rushing. I forgot something. You see what I mean? That's why they say with the rabbit and the hare story, slow and steady wins the race. That's why you have to take the scenic route. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just putting some information in your mind, and you decide what you do with it. It's not me forcing my beliefs on you. You better do this. I don't do that. I just break it down for how I see it from my own perspective. You take it, you leave it. Some people take it, some people leave it. Some people can't touch it at all because it'll make them melt. I gotta talk this shit. I'm joking, but real talk though, that's where you gotta take the scenic route. Slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes it's good to drive slow. Not, of course, not too slow when you're going under the speed limit. Of course, I shouldn't have to explain that. But where you get to see the scenes, you get to see Mother Nature in its best form. Sorry, Mother Nature, that shit was on my neck. And you get to see Mother Nature in its best form. You get to see, you just get to get that very relaxing feeling where you're not always in a rush. You see what I'm saying? So the whole point of that inner dialogue is you have to go to the root of it. You have to find out where it's stemming from. Sometimes it's just stemming from low self-esteem and being too self-conscious. You being too self-conscious of yourself. You have too much low self-esteem, or you could have had bad experience with your parents where your parents was too strict. They talked down on you all the time, and they never really opened up and really looked at it from your perspective, and you always held on to that. And when you interact with other people, you kind of put off that energy. Not saying that you their parents, but you put off that same kind of energy because it's the same way you talk to yourself in that inner dialogue. See what I mean? So you have to get to the root of it, get to the stem of it. Like when you feel like you're gonna have that thought, or you feel like you having that type of bad energy, you have to just look in the mirror if it's a mirror around, or just catch some deep breaths and just remember, like, listen, these thoughts don't control me. These are not my thoughts. You know what I mean? This is not my energy. You see what I mean? Because if you, like this, for example, you have a bad thought, or you think somebody talking about you or something, and you overthink that thought, that shit gonna start to fester. It's gonna start to fester. It's gonna start brewing up. It's gonna start brewing. It's gonna start brewing, and eventually it's gonna explode like a volcano because you're overthinking it. You see what I mean? And then eventually those negative thoughts is going to become your energy. The whole time it's not even your energy. It's just a little negative thought that you shouldn't even let into your mind. But sometimes it does. If it enter your mind, you just go in, and let it go. You know what I mean? You can't just overthink it. It's the same thing with positivity. You have to speak to yourself in a positive way. You know what I mean? Even if you don't feel that way, that's how you start. It all starts. You have to start from somewhere. Even if you don't feel that way, even if you're depressed or sad or whatever, you still have to start that way. I am worthy. I am happy. Even if you ain't happy, keep saying I am happy, and eventually you're going to become happy. You see what I mean? I am happy. I am worthy. I am beautiful. You know what I mean? I am worth it. I am respectable. I am nature. I am myself. I love myself. You know what I mean? Like, you see what I mean? Like, I do have a positive energy. I will be better. Things of that nature. You have to, even if you don't feel that way, you have to start from somewhere. Because if you keep on saying, I'm not worth it, I'm not this, I'm not that, and eventually that's what's going to become in your reality. That you're going to start acting like you're not worth it. That you're going to start doing things that's not worth it. Excuse me. Then you're going to start putting yourself in positions that's not worth it. You're going to start hanging around people that's not worth it. You see what I'm saying? Because every time you're in a negative energy or you're in a depressive energy, what do? Misery loves company. You start hanging around other people because that negative energy attracts that negative energy. See what I mean? And when you in that energy, you only indulge in that behavior because you in a negative energy. You in a negative mindset. So that's going to eventually become your reality. If you're a positive person, You attract positive people or people that have a similar energy. Positive energy don't attract negative energy. It don't work like that. You see what I mean? Them two ions don't magnetically connect. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? And do you overstand what I'm saying? This is real wisdom, man. Wake the damn up, man. More videos coming soon. Love yourself. Be yourself.